I'm a rheumatologist, and we are going to talk about how to train to prevent osteoporosis. There are several different trials looking at the effects of exercise on bone density, but the most strongly supported is a combination of aerobic and resistance training. This 2025 network meta-analysis looked at 49 randomized controlled trials that included over 3,000 postmenopausal women. These are the results of this study. This is a forest plot that includes all the results of all the different trials stacked on top of each other. Each study is represented by a horizontal line with a dot in the middle. The farther the dot and the horizontal line are from the vertical line, the greater the effect of the intervention. And you can see how far aerobic plus strength training fell to the right of the vertical line as compared to all of the other interventions. It also had a p-score of 0.9, meaning this intervention ranked higher than 90% of the other interventions. Typical protocols in these trials included resistance training 2 to 3 days per week, 5 to 12 reps, 2 to 3 sets at moderate to high intensity, and targeting all major muscle groups. Aerobic training protocols included things like jumping rope, stair climbing, jogging, stepping for 30 to 59 minutes. They did this 3 to 5 days per week. Now, another network meta-analysis focusing specifically on aerobic exercise found that the optimal dose was high-intensity aerobic exercise for 30 to 59 minutes per session. This was done 4 to 5 times per week for over 24 weeks. So what does this look like in actual practice? For resistance training, a simple protocol to start with would be the Lift More protocol, which includes deadlifts, back squats, overhead presses, and jumping chin-up. They did 5 sets of 5 at 85% of a 1 rep maximum. A 1 rep maximum is the heaviest weight that a person can lift for only one time with proper form for any given exercise. For example, the heaviest deadlift that someone could do once and could not repeat a second time. So that means that looks different for everybody. For example, my 1 rep maximum back squat is around 140 to 145. If I were to follow the Lift More protocol, I would need to do 5 sets of 5 back squats at 120 pounds. Somebody who is just starting may have a 1 rep max back squat of 50 pounds, for example. So their goal would be to do 5 sets of 5 back squats at 40 pounds. Everybody starts somewhere, and it can be helpful to work with a physical therapist to gauge what your 1 rep maximum is and to make sure that your form is correct. With regard to the chin-ups, a jumping chin-up and a strict chin-up are 2 completely different things. A strict chin-up relies entirely on the strength of your back and upper extremities, while a jumping chin-up uses momentum and is much easier than a strict chin-up. The strongest evidence supports heavy compound lifting, but for those who cannot do heavy compound lifts, a reasonable alternative is machine-based resistance training at 60 to 80% of a 1 rep maximum. Your bone density gains may be smaller, but it should still be clinically beneficial. For aerobic exercise, the data shows the strongest support for moderate to high intensity aerobic activity, meaning 65 to 85% of your maximum heart rate. To calculate your maximum heart rate, you subtract your age from 220. For example, I am 39, so my maximum heart rate is 181. So 65 to 85% of my maximum heart rate would be between 117 to 153. So again, this looks different for everybody. Some folks may have their heart rate get into this zone with just brisk walking, and some people can sustain this heart rate even when they're running. The goal is to start where you are and work your way up as your body adapts. Exercise is medicine. Happy lifting!